Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please do. So here on Let's Talk Ray Bradbury, what we do is we are currently reading through the collection, The Stories of Ray Bradbury. We take each story individually, read them, review them, and give a synopsis and share some of our thoughts. Today we are up to story number 43 of 100 in the collection. That is called Touched with Fire. It was originally written in 1954. For the synopsis, two old men named Fox and Shaw, they sit on a park bench across from a tenement on a hot day. Fox points out this woman who he's been seeing there for the last few days, and her name's Mrs. Shriek, and he says, watch this woman. Someone's gonna kill her the way she treats everybody. So they follow her that day to the local butcher shop and to the grocer, and they see how poorly she treats everyone, and they know that she's headed for trouble. So they decide to intervene. As it turns out, these two men are former sort of retired insurance salesmen, and in their spare time they do a lot of people watching, and they've come to the realization that they can tell who's headed for trouble. They've decided that on hot days, especially, people are susceptible to murder, and excuse me, they believe that people are subconsciously driving others to danger, and also subconsciously endangering themselves because of how they feel about themselves. But so they follow her inside, and they hear screaming, and they lean on the door. They're listening, and they fall through. When they fall through the door, Mrs. Shriek is there, and she wonders who they are. What the hell do they want? She begins to scream at them and berate them, and they try to explain that, we're trying to save you. You need to cool down. And she keeps on going and going and going. And finally, she starts comparing them to busybody old maids who don't mind their own business, and this insult, as the temperature nears 92, really strikes Mr. Fox. So he raises his cane over his head in a fit of anger and strikes her and knocks her down. Shaw drags him out of the room, is able to get him downstairs without any further problem, but had left to his own devices, Fox probably would have been the murderer on this day. As they're coming down out of the building, they bump into a large man. We're told that this is her husband. He's a longshoreman, and in his back pocket is a dangerous hook, a tool of his trade, and he's going upstairs, and it seems like as the temperature approaches 92, Mrs. Shriek could very well meet a bad end that evening. So this is an interesting little tale. Bradbury always excelled at basically taking a trope or a cliche and turning it into an interesting tale and sort of making it manifest. A lot of the cliches and the sayings of society actually have original roots, but he basically takes the ideas of murder being more likely, fits of passion when people are under sort of environmental distress, like the hot day. But he also takes the idea of sort of old people sitting on park benches, people watching, and sort of gives it a purpose. These two old men, both through their boredom on the bench and from their past as insurance salesmen, he sort of identify these these warning signs, and they try to use it to good. However, this also speaks to the idea that no good deed goes unpunished, because they're trying to do good things, but of course they're putting themselves into the line of fire of people who are volatile. But also it speaks to the idea that oftentimes in society we're told to mind our own business. Even when we see bad things potentially happening, we don't want to get involved. We don't put ourselves in the line of danger. And we're often told that, mind your own business. And we sort of reluctantly, most of us, let things happen that we could probably prevent. And this is certainly the case with this story. They tried to step in and unwittingly almost became the instrument of the very thing that they feared, which is also very interesting. So, yeah, that was Touched with Fire from 1954 from the Stories of Ray Bradbury. Next time, we'll be looking at story number 44 of 100 as we approach the halfway point of this project. That story is The Emissary from 1947. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in a few days.